Welcome back. This is Greg Hughes from 90 Second Website Builder. This is video 3 in the mini-series on creating a mobile-friendly website with 90 Second Website Builder. So here I am inside the program, and I've installed my mobile templates, and I'm now going to open one up. So I go to open a new website from a template. And of course, you'll remember that brings up our dialog where I can find my mobile templates. I'll let this populate, and then I'll select a template to work with. So we'll scroll down. You can see there's thumbnails of different ones. Let's just pick one here. Click OK. Now I'm going to name this. What's happening here is I'm not writing over the original template. I'm saving this as whatever I want to call it. So I'll call it Greg's Mobile 5. And I'm still going to retain my original template by doing this. What I'm doing is making a copy of the template. That will be what I work with. So if I ever want to go back and use that original template, I can do so, and it will have its original settings. So I'm making a new website called Greg's Mobile, and it's based on this particular template. Now, let's talk about a few things that make a mobile website. Mobile websites are significantly different than a desktop site, other than the obvious. Obviously, there's special code that's already written into these templates. They're a different size, but there are also some different elements that go into a mobile site, and I'm going to show you that. In the very first video, you remember I showed you that special code you need to use to make a mobile site? Well, one of the reasons I want you to use a template is because you don't have to do that code. It's already built into the site. I'll show it to you really quick just so that you know what I mean. If you go to the page HTML and you look at the head tag, you'll see I've already got some code in here, so you wouldn't have to do it. Let me tell you a little bit about what this is. As I said before, this is viewport code is the most important. That's what tells the phone that this is a mobile website. There's a couple of other lines here that pertain to an Apple iPhone. And then there's this other line I've got in here. And what this will do, and we'll talk about this later in another video, this allows us to use video on our mobile site. So you don't have to do anything. I just want you to know that it's already there. So you don't have to worry about any code. All of the pages in the templates already have that built in. So they come up just ready to go. But let's talk about some of the elements. The first thing I want to point out to you is this concept. Professional mobile site designers use a platform or a protocol called jQuery. And jQuery is sort of a programming method that's just a beautiful way to build a mobile site. And of course, 90 Second Website Builder has jQuery tools built into it. But what I've done is created templates using the jQuery tools that you should use for mobile. So for example, you'll notice almost every template has some kind of a jQuery navigation system on it. The first one is this particular thing called the jQuery accordion. It works great for mobile. And the reason it works great, one, it's written in the right language. jQuery is just very smooth and works great for mobile. And two, it helps us accommodate that low footprint that we need for a mobile site. In other words, mobile websites shouldn't have a lot of pages, because when you go from page to page, it can be kind of slow on people's phones. So the best thing to do is to get as much content as you can in a small amount of space, like even in one page. And the jQuery accordion allows us to do that. So you'll notice this particular template, I have all of these different sections that can be clicked on. And of course, we're just in the design mode, so you're not really seeing it animate very pretty. But when we click on these would actually open rather smoothly. And it's inside these areas that we can put content. Well, what kind of content? Well, you'd be surprised. You can put just about anything in here. So for example, we can put text, and we can put text with hyperlinks that take us to another page if we want to, or another website, or whatever. We can also put videos inside these, and I'll show you how to do that in another section. But it's important to know that we're not actually opening another page to watch a video. We're still on that same original page thanks to the jQuery accordion. I can even put a contact form here without having to go to another page, and it's embedded into the same page, and all my user's doing is tapping on the Contact Us button right here and opening up this form. We can even put maps. I'll show you later on how we can put a Google map in here. Let me preview this. Understand we're going to preview this on a desktop, so it doesn't work exactly like it would on a mobile phone, but you still get the idea. So when someone taps, they wouldn't use a mouse, obviously, they'd be using their finger to tap on these things. What would come up is something like this. We would tap on it, and then a video would show here, which I don't have right now. Or we tap on this in the contact form where they could fill out and submit. They could tap on this, and a map of their location, a Google map would show. So you see what's happening is the jQuery allows us to build a mobile website with very few pages, as few as possible, so that we can get a lot done. Let's talk about some of the other elements that are good on a mobile site. you'll notice I have a button up here that's got a little telephone. Well, one of the great things about a mobile site is it's viewed on a phone. So this is actually a link called a call button. What happens is on a mobile site that's viewed on a phone, if somebody was to tap this button, I've also got it down here, if they were to tap this button, they'd actually be dialing the phone number that I've got programmed into that button. If we were to look at this on a regular desktop and try and press that button, nothing would happen because your computer's not a telephone, but your smartphone is. And so when somebody taps these phone buttons, they can actually make a phone call. So I'll show you that also in another video on how to program that. But basically, these are already done for you, so you can just go in and change the number and change the look of the button if you want. You've got it working. I'm going to show you another template so you can kind of get an idea of the use of jQuery and some of the things that are important to include in a mobile site. So let's open up another template. I'm going to go to mobile. This time I'm going to pick a template that has a little bit different jQuery tool. We'll call this Greg's. Okay. So here I have a little bit different look, as you can see, obviously. You're probably wondering, why have I got this big pink thing going all the way across here? Now remember, my website, my mobile website stops right here. The reason why this is continuing is because I use what's called a repeating background, and it's fine to do that. It will not make my website too big. The mobile site will still just show this square. And the reason for that is because of the special HTML code that we put in called the viewport that's already built into these pages for you. Remember, this stuff's already here, so it's taking care of the look at this. So if we were to look at this on a phone, on a mobile phone, we would just see that phone area. Now, instead of using the jQuery accordion in this particular template, I use what's called the jQuery tabs. So instead of being lined up accordion style, it's just tabs at the top, and we can add more tabs if we want to. I just want to stay within the parameters of this particular size. But again, this allows me to not have to create a number of different pages for my mobile site. I can keep everything in a condensed area. So in section 1, again, I can put images, text, hyperlinks, just about anything you can imagine can go in these sections. Here I put a video, and here I can put a contact form, and again I'm going to show you how to do all of those things in future videos. So that's kind of a general overview of what you need to know. One, we're going to be using jQuery to create our navigation with these templates, and almost all of these templates have jQuery, some form of jQuery built into them, so that all you have to do is decide what you want it to look like and what you want to put in for contents. So for example, if you don't like the way this tab jQuery thing looks, you just double click on it. Go to the style and pick a different one. And you can have different colors and different layouts. And there you go. So you've just edited this template with a different look. And of course, there's a number of these to choose from. Okay? So all you have to do is decide how you want it to look, and then drag and drop your content into these. This doesn't have to be a video. You can double click on this and change this. This can say whatever you want it to say, is my point. So these templates are just built for you to go in and tweak any way you want to. Okay? That's an overview. So what you need to know is when you're building a website from these templates, a mobile site from these templates, the special HTML code's already there. The layout size is already there, the 320. We've got built-in jQuery tools for you to mess around with and change. And then we've got some of these elements, maps, videos, phone buttons. And I'm going to show you how to program each one of those, each in its own separate video tutorial, so you can see how that works. Okay? So that's how you're going to be able to use these templates to make them look the way you want them to look with 90 Second Website Builder.